Have you ever felt the weight of a world's unraveling, where the salty tang of ocean spray mixes with the bitter ash of shattered illusions, much like the fateful mutiny on the Bounty, where loyalty fractures under the horizon's unforgiving gaze? In episode 1155 of One Piece, released on December 28, 2025, we stand at the precipice of closure, the thunderous finale to the Egghead arc, where scientific wonders collide with existential dread, propelling the Straw Hats toward uncharted shores. Imagine the roar of waves crashing like a heartbeat in turmoil, the chill of impending change seeping into your bones as if you're aboard the Thousand Sunny, wind whipping your face, secrets whispering just out of reach. This episode isn't mere resolution, it's a siren's call to transformation, echoing the poignant farewell in Casablanca, where parting ignites a fire of what comes next. What happens when legacies ignite and horizons beckon? Feel the pull. The answers lie in the voyage, drawing you inexorably to witness the dawn that might redefine freedom itself. Envision the triumphant yet haunting exodus of the Exodus from Egypt, where liberation tastes of both victory and looming trials. Here, in this 24-minute crescendo, the Straw Hats and their giant allies erupt in a fleeting jubilation post-Egghead, a balm after the prior episode's chaotic escapes and revelations. Without divulging every ripple, key figures confront repercussions. A fallen elder meets cosmic justice, a new guardian rises, and global scarcities stir unrest, much like the famines that toppled empires in ancient Rome. You're there, amid the cheers laced with unease, feeling the deck sway beneath you as alliances shift and a revolutionary stirs to action. This installment bridges the arc's intellectual inferno to a promised land of giants, stoking embers of anticipation. Will joy endure, or will shadows swallow the light? The narrative sails forward, teasing horizons that compel you to chase the wind for clarity. Episode 1155 catapults the final saga forward by sealing the Egghead arc's Pandora's box of secrets, adapting pivotal segments from Eiichiro Oda's manga, specifically, the emotional denouements in Chapter 1124, Close Friend, the seismic power shifts in Chapter 1125, and the tantalizing opener of Chapter 1126. Revelations cascade like dominoes. A tyrant's downfall exposes vulnerabilities in the world's ironclad hierarchy, while a promotion reshapes celestial balances, culminating in a cliffhanger that dangles the Straw Hats' next odyssey. Pacing masterfully ebbs from frenetic aftermath to reflective pauses, achieving dramatic equilibrium through measured builds and abrupt silences, though the abrupt hiatus announcement mirrors the manga's own breath-holding breaks. Fan inquiries often cloud around Saturn's grisly fate. Why such a visceral end, and what does it portend for the Gorosei? Manga context illuminates. Chapter 1125 details IMU's merciless purge as a thematic purge of failure, not random cruelty, but a calculated reset echoing the Void Century's erasures, ensuring the anime's ambiguity fuels deeper lore dives. This progression doesn't merely end an arc, it ignites a global chessboard, clarifying that Egghead's chaos was but a prelude to cataclysmic wars over sinking lands. Protagonists bare their souls like gladiators in the Colosseum, wounds glistening under the arena's harsh light. Luffy, ever the buoyant force, receives reassurance that pierces his hidden doubts, his choices consistent yet transformative, surprising in their quiet maturity, evolving from reckless pirate to beacon of hope. Vegapunk's satellites, fragmented psyches personified, reveal motivations rooted in sacrificial innovation. Edison's ingenuity masks a fear of obsolescence, while Lilith's empathy surprises with its depth. Antagonists like Saturn unravel psychologically, their arrogance cracking to expose mortality's terror, a growth inverted into downfall. Dragon's stoic resolve cracks with urgency, his dialogue hinting at paternal scars driving revolutionary fire. These arcs feel organic, dialogues sharpening psyches. Were they surprising? Profoundly, as hidden motivations propel them toward destinies that mirror your own crossroads. What burdens do you carry, and how might they redefine you? The episode delves into power's corrosive alchemy, where morality warps under survival's anvil, akin to the philosophical dilemmas in Plato's Republic. Is justice a tool of the mighty, or a rebellion of the oppressed? Sacrifice manifests in elder purges and scientific bequests, characters grappling with hope amid despair. Luffy's celebration defies global famine's shadow, questioning if legacy endures through innovation or perishes in hubris. Survival becomes a moral tightrope. Vegapunk's echoes challenging identities forged in isolation versus unity. These resonate universally. In your struggles, does power corrupt, or does sacrifice redeem? The narrative probes despair's abyss, manifesting in choices that echo humanity's eternal quest for meaning amid chaos. Fresh lore blooms like unearthed artifacts from Atlantis, enriching the seas with escalating crises. Food shortages plague the exalted, hinting at a sinking world's resource wars, while Elbapha's tease complicates the universe with giant legacies tied to ancient pacts. darkness. This layers peril, transforming the grand line from adventure playground to geopolitical tinderbox, deepening immersion without overwhelming. The script gleams like a sharpened cutlass, poetic, impactful, laced with foreshadowing that lingers like Hamlet's soliloquies, pondering existence's weight. Lines such as reassurances amid ruin carry prophetic heft, not cliched but resonant, evoking Churchill's wartime orations that rally against odds. You're enveloped, hearing the tremor in voices, feeling the pause before a decree. Does that silence herald doom or dawn? The writing tantalizes, weaving suspense that beckons you to the screen for revelations just beyond grasp. Animation pulses with ethereal fluidity, art direction harnessing vibrant blues and ominous crimsons symbolically. Azure horizons promise renewal, while shadowy voids devour the fallen, not mere aesthetics but metaphors for hope's fragility. Lighting dances from triumphant glows to abyssal dims, stillness in wide shots isolating despair, movement surging in transitions that evoke emotional whirlwinds. Direction wields angles like a maestro. Low shots exalt rising powers, intimate close-ups amplify inner turmoil, editing's rhythmic cuts syncing with heart-pounding tension, mirroring character fractures. The soundtrack emerges as a spectral narrator, motifs crescendoing in orchestral swells that etch victory's bittersweetness into memory. Silence thundering louder during purges, haunting like the quiet after a storm in the perfect storm. Voice acting transcends. Kanzuya Nakai's Luffy trembles with layered optimism, his timbre embodying unyielding spirit. Akemi Okamura's Nami infuses subtlety with intensity, while veteran seiyuu like Hiroshi Naka for elders deliver gravelly tremors that soulfully capture downfall's horror. This episode burrows deep, leaving scars of exhilaration and melancholy, a collision of eras where destinies fracture, shifting the world's axis like the fall of the Berlin Wall, where walls crumble yet uncertainties loom. I felt a profound ache, moments sparking wonder at human resilience amid cosmic indifference, evoking the gut-wrench of Titanicus sinking, where survival tastes of loss. Pivotal shifts hint at breaking points, redefining alliances and legacies, connecting to timeless queries. What price freedom, and how does hope persist in despair's tide? You're immersed, waves lapping at your resolve, the echo of a revolutionary's call fading, compelling you to sail forth, as if your own horizons depend on unveiling the truth. Reverse reading reframes the episode's condensed pacing. Not a flaw, but a deliberate thematic compression, echoing manga's brisk revelations to heighten urgency, though it borders opacity for casual viewers. Complexity veers toward overload in global montages, yet this stylistic choice amplifies the world's interconnected chaos. I appreciate the emotional peaks, yet critique minor filler expansions that dilute tension. Balanced, these serve as bridges, elevating the narrative's epic scope without derailing its heart. Episode 1155 excels in thematic profundity and visual poetry, its strengths in character resonance and world-shaking twists overshadowing pacing quibbles, triumphing as both arc capstone and saga igniter. Yet, as shadows recede and new giants loom, one whisper lingers like salt on the wind. What if the next horizon holds your own liberation? Watch, and let the seas claim you. It's not a tale, but the inevitable tide pulling you toward undiscovered selves.